Welcome in to the Rick Dog Network. Get some road to the show. I think I turned my PlayStation off earlier, and some of this stuff didn't save, so I got like 3 or 4 games to replay. Welcome in. I won't be on too long. Just want to get these games in. Well, I have about an hour or so, maybe. Maybe 40 minutes or so. Either way, we'll get it in. Welcome into the Rick Dog Network. As we're in. There we go. Oh, who's this? Oh my. Zendaya. What a cannon, the righty. Wow. Zendaya's got a frickin' cannon. First pitch here in Memphis. Welcome into the Rick Dog Network. This is a little afternoon swing session. And it's 2-0. This is the second day in a row. It's going to be a White Sox no game rain out in Cleveland. I can't remember too many times there was back-to-back days with a rain out game. So yeah, it's been a few times, but not many. And that's a pulled foul, 2-2. So Sox fans waiting. They're going to be a doubleheader tomorrow on Sunday. Or, excuse me, feels like a Sunday. On 4/20, Wednesday. And that would high throw, and we'll scamper into second. So we'll be patient. Maybe we'll watch another game or something. There's some NBA games on tonight. There'll be some White Sox baseball, a lot of it tomorrow, which is awesome. 4:20. Ooh, baby. And he gone. As we're live on the Rick Dog Network, a little road to the show. Making up a couple games. Trying a new setup I got going on here. I may not be on too long, but welcome in, even if I don't post it. Don't mind being live here. Show some progress here in the road to the show. Oh, could not wait back. That was hammered but foul. Gotta wait back just a little bit. There we go. Does it stay fair? That's foul. Oh, my. Hammered. But foul. Oh, right down Broadway. I didn't think he was going to throw me another strike after that shit. No, we are struggling now. There we go. I got all of that one. It made that sound. It's hammered into the gap. One run's going to score, and that's going to be an RBI double. Nice. Hammer time. Two outs. We just go ahead and run it out. 8-2 ball game. Ooh, that's a good pitch. Inner half. Just above the knees. That ball was driven or kind of just shot out there to right field. Base hit. Ourselves another multi-hit game as the Rick Dog Network rolls along here in AAA in Charlotte. Just trying to rush through it a little bit here because I already played these games. I think I pitched next game. I did get the L, but I pitched well, so it'd be nice to get another shot at it. I think I gave up one run into like the sixth inning. I still picked up the loss. So, but I had good stuff. Ooh. I don't know. I may have got underneath it. It's way back at the track. Oh, just missed it. Whew. And I am correct. We'll grab the pill. We'll be on the bump. All right. Get things started here. Fastball. Fouled it off. Strike two. And it's a base hit. He had him down 0-2, and he lets him off the hook. Got to make sure not to be too much in a rush here, because I'm trying to get one more in here before I'm going to take a little break. But sometimes that leads to some issues on the mound. Don't want that. Here we go. Got one down here in the first. Ooh, just missed with the change. All right. Oh, man, here we go. There's troubles are brewing here in the first. 2 on, 1 out. Welcome into the Rick Dog Network. Got Road at a show. Try to slow it down a little bit here. Hit my spots, make some good pitches. Try to get out of this here early trouble. Oh, and 2, so the stuff is good. They're swinging, so gotta. Nice, he gone. That's 2 outs. Gets ahead of the count. Strike. Ooh. Nasty curveball. 1-2. Oh, there we go. It'll be one down after that. Nicely done. So tomorrow's going to be a big day in sports for Chicago fans. It'll be probably the Cubs will be playing. Sox will have a doubleheader, and then Bulls playoff. How about that? Can the Bulls bounce back and steal game two? Anything's possible, especially with that Bulls team. Watching them early in the season, they were capable of beating pretty much anybody. Now, they lost a little bit of that luster throughout the season with a lot of injuries. I think the main one being Lonzo Ball has been out and has not been back. Whenever you lose your point guard, obviously, and him being his size and being able to do the things he was able to do, and the crazy thing is he was knocking down the three. He was the one knocking down the shots for them when they really needed it. So he was playing great. And not having him is a huge blow, first of all. Zach LaVine looks like, Zach LaVine not playing the greatest basketball in the world. I don't know. I felt like once it got later into the season, he was going to, start playing some tougher defense and things might get a little tougher. I know that he's dealing with some of the injuries, but a lot of people dealing with injuries. So I've been very critical of him, and it's not because I'm not a huge fan. I am and understand the things that he can do, but I'm just afraid of giving him a huge contract. Because some of the things that he can't do. But I kind of understand, the more and more you listen and understanding that the Bulls are kind of backed into a corner almost with giving them a promise and see, well, you know what, that wouldn't be the first time the Bulls ever backed out. But let's see what he does in the next couple games. If we could steal a game or two and, he comes up big and knocks down some of these shots that he wasn't able to hit in game one, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong. But up until this point, looking at his career being in the league, 9-10 years now, not being in the playoffs yet. These are his first couple games. Tells you a lot. It's not just that you're on a bad team. If you're a $40 million a year guy and you want to be the man, sometimes you're going to have to carry your team at least to the 8-7 spots. Oh, God, this guy's sick of hearing me. He's obviously a Zach LaVine fan. All that being said, though, hey, he comes out, drops 40 tonight, and Bulls get the W over the defending champs. That's a quick way to shut somebody the fuck up, But got to see that one to believe it. I think that he ends up settling for difficult shots a lot. Sometimes maybe if you take away one side or the other, he settles for a fadeaway or a three-pointer. A lot of times early in the regular season, he was knocking that down in low-pressure situations. As the pressure comes up, as the defense gets better, those things stop falling. And it's no surprise. But there have been select few individuals to take those shots, even in the playoffs, as that's getting all the way to defense. It's going to be a second and third situation with one out. There has been players like Zach LaVine with his type of athletic ability, guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like Vince Carter, and some other guys that were able to get it done in the playoffs and knock down fadeaway threes and pressure ice cold situations. So it'd be great to see him do that tomorrow for the Bulls. But I just don't see it coming up against the defending champs, Milwaukee Bucks. So it's a big moment for Zach, and it's a big moment for the Bulls. Bulls fans are hanging on to every moment, seeing if they could get a win. I don't think they're going to. I thought their best shot was game one. Then the next best shot for them to get a win is going to be their first home game. So that's going to give up a run there. It's 1-0 Memphis. So the Bulls, DeMar DeRozan's fading. It's tough to expect any more than he's given the Bulls at 34 years old. He's carried the team on his back. He's looking for some help from Vukovic, who played pretty good in game one, but it's like a revolving door on defense. The Bulls have nothing to stop the big guys of Milwaukee. And unfortunately, that's where their bread is buttered. They'll just kill you on second chance opportunities. The Bulls can't stop you there. They don't get their own second chance, so you get one and done. The Bulls aren't a great perimeter shooting team, and Milwaukee kind of gives it to you, like, hey, go ahead and beat us, and the Bulls are just not good shooters, so we have not been all year. We match up bad against Milwaukee, and I think everybody does, so let's see. I hope that, I'm a huge Bulls fan, and I'm a huge fan of all the Bulls players, so they have had a great season. For them to bounce back compared to what it's been the last few years, it's been very difficult to watch. So it's been fun to watch this year, up until about the last month, where you finally get Caruso back, and that makes a big difference. But I think it's going to be just a little short. You'd have to be 100% to even try to make a run at these defending champs. We're not, and so we're going to be a one and done this year, but at least we're in the playoffs. We're relevant again. The Chicago Bulls basketball, they have a lot of loyal, great fans here in Chicago, so you just want them to be excitable, and then it gives you an opportunity. So now you start paying attention to the rest of the league a lot more earlier in the season, and then here into playoffs, you're obviously glued. With the NBA playoffs, looks like it's going to be great with a LeBron-less playoffs, which who would have thought? He's been in the playoffs every single year. He's been in the finals every single year. This year, he's doing some golfing. So the league is in good hands with a lot of superstars in the league. You'd wish you'd see a better day-to-day performance from NBA throughout the season, an 82-game season. Unfortunately, you get a lot of guys taking days off, but you can't really blame them. They're just posturing and getting themselves ready for the playoffs and for the real run. Unfortunately, money talks in the NBA, and a lot of people making a lot of money, so you might look a little watered down early on. But once it gets to the nitty-gritty, you're not going to see much better basketball, and it's not much better talent than there is right now in the NBA. Unfortunately, it gets clogged up, and everybody's going to the same teams, and so we'll see. It's still, I don't know, it still makes it fun. Milwaukee's good. They figured out a way to do it. Golden State has been great for a long time. I feel like they're going to go back this year. Phoenix, they had Booker, and then they bring in the superstar Chris Paul, so they're good. Ja Morant looks like he's a superstar, so there's a lot of talent on both sides. Brooklyn and Boston is a good series, so you're glued all over the place. You can't say much. The NBA watered down in certain aspects, but talent's there, and the drama is there. It feels like some people don't give a crap. I tend to be drawn to it once you get to the playoffs. I always have. I was a huge Michael Jordan fan as I get a little older here. I was a huge Derrick Rose fan. I have a lot of respect for LeBron James. I watch a lot of Bron. I usually end up letting him take me, to the action, because he's gone to the finals 10 years. So once you start hearing people hate on him, that's when I would usually jump in and get back into it. As you get a little older, you start working. You can't really watch as much as you used to. I used to watch Michael Jordan every single play, every second. Most of the time you watch a basketball game and you watch everybody run around in the court. You see the motion, and you watch the basketball, right? Nope. But now when Jordan was on the court, you watched him wherever he went on the court, on defense, on offense, with the ball, without the basketball. There was no better show, man. It was like the Seinfeld show. It was must-see TV. When Michael Jordan, those 2-3 hours he was on TV, I was a young buck. I graduated high school in his last year. He played for the Chicago Bulls. So here's a little trouble here in the fourth, as I don't have my best stuff on the mountain. So huge Jordan disciple. After the games, I used to average in how many points he scored that night. If he scored 45, 50 points, see how many points he was averaging, see if he was going to average 30 his career. It was a lot of fun, you know. So you kind of feel like things have changed a little bit in the league. Obviously, things are less physical and things are, you know, the rules are different and all that garbage. But I still think Jordan, in any era, you take that, just how about putting it this way? You take that Bulls team, that 72-10 team, and I just think they would be really tough to beat by any era. You drop them right in this era, and they're going to be tough to beat. I know a couple years back, I know the Miami team with Dwayne Wade and LeBron would have been tough to beat. That would have been a nice matchup. And even that Golden State team, that 73 and 73-9 team would have been fun. It'd be fun to clone all these guys and see a matchup of all these great teams. But I think that Michael Jordan was the best to ever do it, I feel like. So, like now, getting the Bulls back in it for us is bringing a lot of old heads back to Bulls basketball. And, oh, man, he throws a duck snort out there. So there's a 2-out hit. Scores a run. So, talking basketball, they're sneaking some runs in here. Yeah, I think Milwaukee's going to get back to the finals for the Eastern Conference. And Golden State's going to go back. I think they're going to win. I don't know. Just guessing. I have a weird feeling about Golden State winning the championship this year. Could be wrong. A lot of times I used to be right a lot in basketball, but things have changed. I feel like, another shank, another hit. That ball's in pretty quick. We got bases loaded, 2 outs. Let's see if anything happens here. I would love to get a huge out here and give my team a chance to get a W. So first pitch, just misses. So, yeah. Here in Chicago, we've been waiting for the Bulls to be back on let's see where this one's at. Is that a base hit? It might be. Got him. Nicely done. Just to be back on the map, right? Just for people to take us somewhat seriously. So maybe a free agent or two come in here. Maybe we could rebuild it. Look at this. Behind the back, razzle dazzle. How about that? So we'll be watching that tomorrow on a action-packed 420. So, man, doubleheader White Sox, some Bulls action. I'm sure the Cubs will be doing their thing. 4 games in Chicago. Today will be real slow. Ain't nobody watching the Cubs. No, I'm just kidding. It looks like the Cubs won again yesterday. How about that? Holy cow. Unexpected, but that's cool. Maybe I'll figure out a way to watch them for free and check out a Cubs game today. I doubt it. Oh, man, I feel like my thing glitched, huh? Hold on, I'll double check it. Well, thanks for listening. I'll finish this game up. I'm pitching a doozy 2-1. If you're listening to me, thanks for listening, talking some sports. But I think if I could try to unplug and replug, but I think stand by. I think I'll have to close the site to get things for you to actually see. Oh, there we go. Let's see how long that lasts. Welcome in. Oh, okay, guys. Pitching game. I'm down 2-1. I've been pitching all right, but they're getting a lot of hits on me. So I'll battle it out here. Because I got some business to tend to. That's 1 down here. Oh, excuse me. End of the 5th. Playing around with everything. So it froze up again. I'm in the bottom of the 6th. So technical difficulties here on the Rick Dog Network is at least you could kind of see me, right? Can you see me at least? My beautiful face. Talking Bulls basketball. Talking about how Jordan would put his nuts in LeBron's face, right? So I was at a family function. on Easter, and the Bulls game was on, and all the cousins and everybody started watching Bulls game. And then I had a newer cousin from the other side of the family that was there, and he's getting sauced up. And Bulls tip off. Right when it tips off, he was watching the early game, and it was all fine and dandy as I'm just spinning him up there trying to finish this last game up for myself before I unplug it, take care of some business, and figure out. I don't think it's too big of technical difficulties. I just think I was plugging stuff in too late there, trying to rush one in. But yeah, this guy, right when tip-off happens, he starts going in. So what do you guys think about LeBron? And I shouldn't have took the fucking bait. And I answered, he's good, but, And he's like, he's good. He's great. And I was like, he's great. And I got sucked into the trap. Like, this guy's an asshole. Because I'm a fucking LeBron defender for the last 17 years. And now, you defend, you're like, yeah, he's great, but he's not as good as Jordan. And all of a sudden, people get so fucking pissed off and they want to throw every stat. We know he's the best rebounder. We know he has got the most assists. But we know he's a little bitch sometimes. So you take all the stats, you divide the bitchness, and you get the second greatest basketball player of all time. That's what I didn't say that because he's drunk and I'm not. But I don't know. Trust me, I love LeBron. I'm just the biggest Jordan fan on the planet. It's just, why can't I watch a damn Bulls game who haven't been there in 5 years without hearing about LeBron, who's fucking on a couch watching the same game I am right now? So if you're a LeBron supporter, just what's up, kitty cat? You got food? You got water? You were outside? He's sick of hearing about LeBron too, Georgie Pants. Or maybe he's a LeBron supporter. Don't dog LeBron. We love LeBron. Everybody knows LeBron's freaking great. Right, George? But MJ would put his nuts in his face any day of the week. To the end of the sixth, talking nuts in LeBron's face, and I get the hook as Vince Velasquez comes in to relieve me. I think I might get the loss. No, I'm not going to get the loss. It's going to end up being a no decision. But thank you for Vince Velasquez gets the loss for talking Chicago Bulls and the Rick Dog Network, because there's nothing else to talk about here in Chicago, because there's nothing going on this Tuesday. There's no other professional sports being played. The Sox are being rained out. The Cubs? Yeah, the Cubs don't come. Have a good one.